Scientists around the world have their eyes turned to the sun this week. A massive active region on the sun could affect us here on Earth. NASA scientist Dr. Holly Gilbert joins us live this morning with more. Good morning, Dr. Gilbert. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
In layman's term, what exactly is a sunspot?
Sunspots are these dark regions on the sun where magnetic fields are bundled together, and they're so strong in these regions that they inhibit heat and light from crossing, so they appear dark relative to the surrounding area. And these are regions where solar storms originate. And the one that we're looking at right now this week is actually a very, very large sunspot group. It's the largest we've seen in 24 years.
Now, what do we want to learn from this particular one with it being so large and unusual?
This one, a few weeks ago, produced 6 major solar flares and multiple smaller flares. It has evolved. It has shrunk some now that it's coming back around on the side of the sun again, and it has evolved. And so by studying these types of events, we hope to learn more about why solar storms originate and when they're going to impact us here on the Earth.
Now, how exactly will it impact us here, especially with all of the communications equipment that we have now compared to just a few years ago?
Right. These solar flares that these sunspots create are also sometimes associated with these large mass ejections of material that can blow towards the Earth. Now, we are protected here on the surface by the Earth's magnetic field, but satellites are not protected, and this can also mess with our power grids and our technology because these are electromagnetic in nature. And so it's very important to learn when they're going to happen and ultimately lead to a prediction of space weather.
And I guess, of course, NASA is very involved with studying these types of events happening right now.
Absolutely. We have our eye on this particular sunspot all the time. We have a mission that views the sun all the time, 24 hours a day, called the Solar Dynamics Observatory. Not only that, we have an entire fleet of missions that not just look at the sun, but look at how the sun affects our planet, other planets throughout the solar system. And in fact, early next year, we're going to launch MMS, which is 4 identical spacecraft that will be set inside the Earth's magnetic field, which acts like a laboratory in our backyard, because it will study these processes that lead to solar storms on the sun. So the same processes happen here near the Earth, and so it's very important to study them in both places.
All right, sounds like exciting stuff, and we thank NASA for being active in this type of research, and of course, much success on learning more about this huge sunspot that we're observing right now. Dr. Holly Gilbert, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.